Physical attraction plays a significant role in human relationships and interactions, influencing various aspects of our lives. From initial encounters to long-term partnerships, physical attraction can shape the way we perceive and connect with others. This aspect of attraction can create a strong initial impression. In the context of romantic relationships, physical attraction often acts as a catalyst, drawing individuals together and sparking the initial interest. When meeting someone for the first time, their physical appearance is usually the first thing we notice, and it can evoke feelings of excitement, curiosity, or intrigue. This initial spark can lead to the desire to get to know the person better, prompting further interactions and potential emotional connections. Moreover, physical attraction can also serve as a foundation for intimacy and affection within a relationship. While emotional and intellectual connections are crucial for the success of any long-term partnership, physical attraction can reinforce and enhance these connections. The physical aspect of a relationship contributes to feelings of closeness, comfort, and desire, helping to strengthen the bond between partners. In society, physical attractiveness often plays a significant role in how people are treated by others. When someone is perceived as physically attractive, they tend to receive preferential treatment and positive attention. People are naturally drawn to those they find attractive, leading to increased social opportunities and expanded social circles for the attractive individual. Additionally, physically attractive people may experience improved chances in their professional life, particularly in industries where appearance is highly valued, such as modeling or entertainment. In various social interactions, attractive individuals might receive better customer service experiences compared to those deemed less attractive. Service providers and salespeople may unconsciously treat them more attentively and favorably, adding to the advantages they experience in various aspects of life. Moreover, being physically attractive can open up more opportunities for romantic relationships, as others may be more inclined to express interest and approach them. Is it possible to love someone whom you may consider less attractive, or who might not conform to conventional beauty standards? Love is a complex and multifaceted emotion that extends far beyond physical appearance. While physical attraction can be a factor in initial attraction, it is not the sole determinant of love or the depth of emotional connection between two individuals. Genuine love is built on a foundation of emotional, intellectual, physical, and spiritual compatibility. But how important is the physical side?
Well, hello and welcome again to Speak Your Mind Show. We are here one more night for you to be able to share your opinion in topics like the one of today. What matters most in a relationship? What do you think? Is it money? Is it sorry?
Is it appearance? Is it looks? Is it your personality? What matters most?
And Pastor Giovanni, those who are watching us, they can call us right now. Our lines are open for them to share their opinion.
Exactly, Pastor. Our lines are open for you guys. You can definitely call us right now, 877-785-8700. You can call us or even send us a message through WhatsApp. And in our Telegram channel, Pastor, we have our poll, we have our survey. What matters most in a relationship? Love, looks, money, personality.
Well, this program is for you to speak your mind and share your opinion. Maybe you are in a relationship, but maybe you are single. What for you matters the most in a relationship? 877-785-8700. You can comment in any of our social media and we are going to read your comments. Or you can send us an email. What is the email? Can you put in the screen, please? The email? There we go. speak.your.mind.ca@gmail.com. You can send your email right now and you're going to be able to share your opinion. In a few, we are going to go to our first caller. But before we go to the caller, I want to hit the streets. Audrey, you went to the streets to speak here in Canada, in Toronto. What do Canadians think about what matters the most, right?
What matters most, a lot of people had various opinions. Some people said money, some people said personality, and the majority, I can say, said love. So this is what they had to say.
So let us watch the interview, how we went.
And we're back again with another topic on Speak Your Mind. What matters most in a relationship? We're going to be asking people here on the streets of Toronto and see what they have to say.
You know what it is? It depends on the person. It's like different people. Definitely personality is up there. And then money, because like let's be realistic. Like 2023, and then probably appearance and love. Love lasts because like it doesn't really last.
What matters most, I would say like trust, honesty, and loyalty.
Yeah, values are most important for me. It should be like the trust, respect, everything comes within the money. Age does not matter.
If the love is not deep rooted in yourself, or you don't have that partner that's willing to work with you to work through your own past trauma, I believe nothing will work if you don't truly have your core love and your love with the person that you share your spirit with.
I guess personality plays a role more than love, because personality should be like, you can accept the personality, then it's all right. Everything is, it's okay.
I think there should be also some love too.
If you love somebody, you'll be more willing to like work stuff out with them, like communication.
The number one is love, but you definitely have to be attracted to your partner.
I think love comes first. If you go like to start a relationship, what is important? I would say appearance. I would say the way people look.
Is appearance important? The way that the person presents himself, the way that they look.
Yeah, it's very necessary because in a relationship, you have to look different and you have to be decent.
I think the person you are inside is more important than your appearance outside.
How like they present themselves and like what they want to do in the future is definitely like important. Yeah.
They have to be financially stable.
Yeah, like if you want to have fun in today's world, you need money, you know what I mean?
Well, it's very important because in relationships, both of the partners should support themselves.
Yes, but it's more like, is he or she a hard worker? Which matters. It's not even the money. It's like, where can you get with this together with this person? What can you guys build together, financially speaking? Because if it's not a team player, you can be rich as F, but it won't work.
I mean, I have a job, so I think he should also have a job.
It should be 50-50. Like, what if I don't have a job and he have a job? Then what am I gonna do?
Yeah.
Like, no one's gonna accept me that, okay, if she doesn't have a job, doesn't matter. Same goes with him as well.
I think just the way you use your money would have more of an impact. Like you should be responsible and considerate of your partner because you will have to work together to support each other.
So can I show you a few pictures? For example, right here.
What's this?
These couples, no?
Yeah.
Their age difference, does that matter too? Do you think that's real? Real love?
This one has to do with money. Like 25 years is crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's wild still. And Hugh Jackman one, like these people got a lot of money, so yeah, it has to do with money still. Yeah.
My partner is 10 years younger than me. It's a decade. It's a lot. I don't know if it's my specific case that I got lucky. If you guys are connected, it's all that matters.
Age might matter when you're younger, but like once you're older and you're both mature, it's not so bad.
So there you have it. We don't have one siding more than the other. Everyone has a different opinion. So here on Speak Your Mind, feel free to contact us and join us for our next topic. Stay tuned.
The first one said money. Well, we have Michelle on the line. She's going to be our first one in the line. You can continue calling us, 877-785-8700. Michelle, can you hear us?
Yes, hello, good evening, everyone.
Good evening, Michelle. Michelle, what do you think? What matters most in our relationship? Is the love? Is it the money? Or is it the appearance, the beauty of one another?
I think, well, in my opinion, it's the love, but the love that revolves and is centered around God.
Okay.
Because, for example, in what I've seen, people that have God as their centered, right? Everything flows naturally. Everything flows better, even the conversations. But when it doesn't, it's a total different story.
Well, do you think that beauty is part of it too? Because you said the love of God, but do you think beauty it involves too? Or do you think God can make the person who's ugly become beautiful? What do you think?
Well, if it's God's will, I think that it'll happen. But I mean, I believe one of them said that, I mean, you have to be attracted to them as well. So that's important too.
Are you single, married?
No, I am single.
You're single. So you wouldn't mind if the man was not as good looking as you want?
No, as long as he is a man of God, then I'm okay.
And what about money? Do you think money is a problem?
Well, he does have to have goals, but again, when you have a relationship with God, he guides you, he directs you. That is not going to be a problem.
Thank you, Michelle, for your opinion.
Thank you, guys.
There you go. Well, I think God can solve most of the problem. You have some opinions there,
We do.
Ms. Audrey, from our Facebook.
Yes, Pastor. So we have Gabriella that says beauty attracts, but personality keeps. So in her mind, personality is the most important. Mia that says, growing up, I resented the idea of looking good because I hated doing something for society, only because I felt it fake. And only once I realized that first and foremost, you have to do it for yourself. That determines how you want your significant other to see you, that last, and then the world.
Pastor, do you have some comments there too?
Yes, I have somebody here who goes like this. Personality, because they can look good but treat you crappy. Spending your life with someone who treats you well rather than looking good is the way to go.
Well, there you have it. I have another person in line. Danielle, can you hear us?
Yes, hello.
Danielle, what do you think? What matters the most into a relationship? Love, beauty, or money?
For me, it's love.
Love.
Yeah, I think personality has a lot to do. The look too, but I think the love, for me, is the main thing, you know.
But let me ask you something. For example, we have now, we just saw, I believe yesterday or the day before, that our Prime Minister Trudeau, he separated from his wife and he claims to love her. Money for them is not a problem, and not beauty, because they both look, they're good looking. What do you think in their case was missing? Because they claim to love each other, they claim to love their children. What do you think was missing?
Well, I hear that sometimes people love each other, but I think it's also one of the comments that it was there before. A person say about the honesty, the trust, to be sincere, and also I think they have to be connected. But I think the honesty and the trust is just the thing that is making the love real, no?
Mm-hmm.
And confident too.
Thank you for sharing your opinion, Danielle.
You're welcome.
Bye-bye. Have a good night. Pastor Giovanni, how is our poll looking? What do people are saying in our poll?
So we've been asking every single person what matters most in a relationship. And so far we have 65% pastors say love. Absolutely nobody had said money. Nobody said looks. And 35% said personality.
Well, I wonder if these people really, would they love a broke and ugly person? Well, I don't think so. But let us keep asking those who are on the line with us. You can call us right now at 877-785-8700. 877-785-8700. In a few, by the end of the show, we are going to say a prayer, make a prayer for all those who are watching us, for God to bless your relationship and your love life. But before I speak to Daisy, let us hit the streets. I don't know if we have more opinions in the streets. If we do, let's go, production. Do we have it? Okay, we don't have it right now. We are going to go speak to Daisy. Daisy, she is on Zoom with us. Daisy, how are you doing?
Hello, doing well. How are you guys?
Good, and you, how are you doing?
I'm doing well.
So, Daisy, everybody's saying that love, it's the most important thing. In your opinion, what is the most important thing? Love, money, or beauty?
Honestly, I think it's personality, because when you get to know that person, you fall in love with that person. So I think getting to know that person, you do have to be attracted to them, but once you get to know them, the communication, the honesty, the sincerity, the certainty between each other, I think that's when the love grows between a relationship. Because I don't think automatically you could just love someone, just be like, I love you from 3 days that I met you, you know?
Do you think personality beats money?
I think money does have to be, it is involved, but I don't think that's a factor because you grow together as a team now to like secure and become one. But, you know, a little money is good to go out on some dates and, you know, dinners and stuff, but I think personality is still a priority.
Are you single, married, if you don't mind me asking?
No, I'm single.
Would you marry a good personality but broke?
No, I wouldn't. I think I would, you have to figure out, you know, all that, I think all combines. Like, I think someone that has personality is a person of like, you know, education and success too, you know, because that's what brings them into it in life for someone to be like that.
Now, let me ask you something else. For example, you were saying that personality matters, money matters a little bit. What about beauty? Do you think beauty is something that it can be overlooked or something that can be worked on later on in the relationship, or it needs to be there right away?
No, looks do matter. Honestly, when I look at someone, I look at their smile and their teeth. That's a big factor. But there are some things that everyone can change and stuff. Weight is something that it's just like very flexible. But you have to be attracted. You have to think that person's handsome or cute, you know, to feel that attraction and get to know that person. But I think personality makes that person even handsome, like, you know, more handsome.
Let me ask you what I asked the previous caller. We just have the case now of our Prime Minister, the Honorable Justin Trudeau, and his wife Sophie. They are both good looking. And money, I don't believe money is a problem for them. What do you think missed in their relationship? Because they were 18 years married, right?
I think communication.
Mm-hmm.
I think communication is a big factor in a relationship. I think you have to communicate within everything, you know, the good, the bad, the fun, everything. You have to have a communication with your partner, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And I think once you don't have that, you find it somewhere else, or you look somewhere else for it. And I think that's what destroys a relationship.
Do you think people who are more famous and more known, do you think it's harder for them to have success in their relationship?
I think so, because they don't have a privacy. I think, like, you know, they're exposed, whether it's true or false rumors. I think, and that's, once again, I would think they would communicate a little more in detail with them to sustain a relationship.
Okay. Thank you, Daisy, for your participation. Stay tuned with us. I wish to make a prayer for your love life so you can find the love of your life.
Thank you.
God bless you. Have a wonderful night.
God bless you.
We are live right now. It's 10:19. You can call us right now at 877-785-8700. Ms. Audrey, more people have been commenting.
Yes.
What do you have for us?
We have here Joel that says personality is the most important in a relationship because in order to stay together, you must be willing to work on the relationship together and be trustworthy.
Well, there we go. What about you, Pastor
I have
Giovanni?
someone who goes, it's all about the looks. Somebody who sent us that message, and I have one more. They go like this. In my opinion, love and personality is what matters most in the relationship. Personality is what attracts us to the person, and we begin to see if this person will truly be a good match. I believe a big factor of a person's personality is how they deal with stressful and difficult situations and how they treat others. With time, love begins to grow, and love is the glue that holds two together.
Afterwards, you can read the names of those who have been saying these things so they can participate more and more. 877-785-8700. Let us watch one more material, and we are going to be right back.
Physical appearance the key to happiness within a relationship. When deciding who to go out with, who to date, the first thing we evaluate is how the person looks. If you're short, tall, fat, skinny, the first impression we have of any person is based on what we can see, and so we talk about whether that person is attractive or not. In most cases, Dating only starts if both find the other attractive. Hannah Pearl Davis, who goes by Pearl, is a 26-year-old YouTuber that interviews people. Here is a clip from her interviews about dating.
How can I say it? It's got to be kind of like quite an alpha-y kind of male. It's not so much just the looks. Obviously, you can't be ugly because that's just never going to work. Realistically, I've got to be attracted to you, but you got to be kind of an alpha, really, because I'm quite an alpha female.
You're an alpha female?
Yeah.
Why?
Because that's what I don't know. That's what I've been told.
Well,
But do you
people have
self-identify?
to-
So you believe what other people say about you then?
Oh no, but
So
I'm
then
just
you also
saying. I'm
believe
just
that.
saying things that I've been told.
Do you think alpha men like want
Yeah.
alpha females? Don't alpha men like want submissive females?
But then alpha females can be submissive to the right alpha male or to the right man.
And here is another clip from Pearl. Here she gives her own opinion about physical attraction.
I think everything starts with looks. Because I think that if you want a girl to genuinely desire you, like you have to be somewhat similar on the looks level.
Do you
And
actually
so,
think that, though?
yeah, because if a dude is like, okay, if you multimillionaire tomorrow, right? Or let's say fat guy, right? Multimillionaire tomorrow. He can get a girl that's an 8, 9, or 10, but she's just with him for the money. So it's not like that genuine desire.
Here, Nelly Sudri, TikToker, self-entitled #1 dating coach for high-value singles, talks a little bit about dating ugly men.
Okay, so I was talking to a friend the other day and she said, Nelly, what is your type? And I thought, I don't really have a type. And then I remembered I actually do have a type. I don't date ugly guys. Before you X out, let me explain. I used to think if I go for the ugly guy, that somehow that would be safer. As in, he would not ghost me or reject me, because in my mind, I had the upper hand. And yes, I know I was going for them for the wrong reasons, but here's what no one tells you about dating the ugly guy. They also go for girls for the wrong reason. Let me explain. A lot of them were rejected by cute girls growing up. So once they get older, they seek revenge. So they'll sweep them off their feet, they'll be chivalrous, and then they'll reject them. And you know what sucks more than being ghosted? Being ghosted or rejected by an ugly guy. It is the biggest mind. So yeah, that's why I don't go for ugly guys. And by the way, I'm not saying I'm a supermodel, but you should be attracted to the person you're dating and you should go for them for the right reasons.
Here we also have the opinion of John Sonmez, YouTuber.
The majority of guys will only value a woman based on her physical attractiveness. That's the only thing they care about. If you're a guy that has had access to a lot of women, then what happens is that you've had that 10 over there that every guy wanted. You've had that really hot girl. You get to a point where you realize that it's actually not that good. It's sometimes a little bit better than picking the hottest girl that you could possibly get to go with a girl who actually makes you feel good, has some other things going for her in her life and personality, maybe on the 1 to 10 scale. This other girl's a 7.5. And so you say, hey, I'm going to pass on the 10. I'm going to go for the 7.5. He's a really good person who I actually like to be around and I would actually want to spend my time because I've had all that.
Without attraction, there is no relationship. So we can assume that if a relationship starts for a couple where at least one of them is not attractive, the relationship can die faster. When looking into the world of celebrities, for example, actress Julia Roberts and the musician Lyle Lovett, this relationship was known for the discrepancy between the appearance of the two. Despite them having similar lifestyles and successful careers, it was not enough. It was a short-lived marriage, lasting only 2 years. A good example of a long-lasting marriage between attractive people is the marriage of the actress Mary Steenburgen and actor Ted Danson. The couple have been together for over 25 years, and their marriage is going steady. This other couple too, actor Matthew McConaughey and model and designer Camila Alves. They have been together since 2007, married in 2012, have 4 children and show that they are very happy with their relationship.
There you go. We have our influencers, our TikTokers and YouTubers of nowadays giving their opinion. And you can call us too at 877-785-8700 and share your opinion, or send a message to any of our social media. We are going to read your comments in a few. In a few, Pastor Giovanni and Ms. Audrey are going to read more comments. But right now, we have a video of our Prime Minister, Justin Trudeau, speaking about their separation. Let us hear.
A surprising announcement from Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau.
Justin Trudeau stunned his nation today.
The Prime Minister and his wife reveal they're separating.
He and his wife of 18 years, Sophie, will be separating.
Prime Minister Justin Trudeau and wife Sophie Gregoire Trudeau writing on Instagram, after many meaningful and difficult conversations, we have made the decision to separate.
After being 18 years together and having 3 children, Prime Minister Justin Trudeau and wife Sophie Gregoire Trudeau decided to go separate ways. They met growing up in Montreal, reconnecting decades later at a charity event, then decided to tie the knot in 2005 before Trudeau started his political career. Sophie Gregoire Trudeau was a former TV personality and an asset and political partner to Justin Trudeau. She still remains a powerful voice for gender equality and mental health. They had the looks, money, power, apparently the love too. What is missing there? Why do you think their relationship is over?
Well, we are going to find out soon enough. The media probably going to announce and spy in their life, right?
Yes,
you can continue calling us, 877-785-8700. I have some people here on my YouTube page saying, RBX Diamond is saying, my answer is love. He's from Scarborough. And we have another one saying, Shani is saying compromise and happiness. She's too from Scarborough. Albert is saying everything. Has to be everything. Not just the love, but everything. In a few, we're going to speak to Andrew. Ms. Audrey, you have one more comment.
We have Tanya that says, I think all are important. A relationship can't be sustained without love. But if your personalities clash a lot or you are constantly in financial stress, it would be uncomfortable, enraging, and overall unhealthy. And looks, well, that is in the eye of the beholder. And if you love the person and click with their personality, they automatically become attractive to you.
Well, we are happy to announce that starting on Tuesday, we are going to be here every day live with topics, different topics every day, starting Tuesday next week. Tuesday, I want you to stay tuned with us at 10 p.m. We are going to be here live every night. Pastor Giovanni, please speak to Andrew, the first man who's calling us to give their opinion.
Perfect. Yes, sir. Andrew, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Andrew, perfect. Can you answer us? What matters most to you in a relationship?
Well, I mean, to be honest with you, there's a lot of things, like that's, I don't think that there's one real right answer for that question. But I guess 2 things that come to mind is, one of them is trust. I think trust goes a really long way when it comes to having a relationship with someone that you care about, because the foundation of a relationship is based on trust. If there isn't any trust, then how can someone live comfortably and peacefully with their partner if there's not that trust within that relationship? And then for me, the second thing obviously is love. I mean, I'm a married man, and but I'm very traditional. I grew up in a very traditional home. My parents, they taught me a certain way, and they taught me that love is I think if trust isn't the most important thing, then I think love is the most important thing in a relationship. Love conquers all, right? I think I read that in a really good book somewhere. But love is, if there's no love, then there's nothing. And if I didn't love my wife in the moment when we were together as a couple, then I don't think that I would have felt confident to have taken the decision, the very important decision to marry her. I think that having love for my wife at the moment, at the time that I did.
Andrew, sorry to cut you off. When you first met your wife, what mattered the most at first?
Food. I know I know it's like kind of funny, but my wife is actually Indian and I'm Mexican.
Okay.
And so our cultures are completely different. But I know it sounds really funny, but what mattered a lot was actually the food, because I have to, like, I don't know. I grew up, my mom was making me arroz, like rice and beans and just a bunch of that stuff. But
So you made
that
sure
sounds-
she could cook.
I mean, she has to. And over time, I've grown to love the Indian cuisine and just everything about it. But the most important thing was that mattered to me the most.
Now, what about today? Does the food still matter the most, or now?
You know what? Now, not so much. Not so much. I think what matters the most is the time that we spend with each other, and the fact that in any given moment, no matter the ups or the downs, I know it sounds a little cliche, but I'd be willing to go through a storm as long as I have her by my side, because, and I think it goes back to that love part, right?
Yes.
I love her, and I'm praying to God that she still loves me.
How long have you guys been together?
We have actually been together, I want to say about 4 years, but we've been married for almost, actually, it's kind of funny because our 2-year anniversary is on Monday.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, we've been married for basically 2 years.
And I hope that God continue blessing your marriage.
Yeah, thank you. I really appreciate that.
Thank you, Andrew, for your participation.
Thank you very much for having me.
Have a good night. 877-785-8700. There you have it. So people, everybody has a different one.
I was not expecting food.
Now we have food. Well, it was what mattered the most for him,
Yeah.
right? I have another one here. Just send me a message saying, let me open here. Christine is saying love, trust, and faithfulness. Actually, speaking about faithfulness, our topic on Tuesday, it's about faithfulness. It's, what is the question, Ms. Audrey? You are the boss of the questions.
Yes, Pastor. Infidelity. So can infidelity be justified, or is it unacceptable?
Well, there you have it. What do you think? Do you think unfaithfulness, infidelity is something that you can just brush off, or something that for you, you can forgive? So again, Christine is saying love, trust, and faithfulness. But it helps if he's not broke or unattractive. So I think it's a bit of a combination, okay? You can continue calling us, 877-785-8700. Pastor Giovanni, do you have anybody else?
Yes, I have right here another comment. The person goes like this. In my personal opinion, I believe what matters most in the relationship is the personality, knowing each other and each other's characteristics or qualities, because that's how love starts to build up. Osiris Diaz sent us that message.
Well, there you have it. Thank you for your participation. If you are watching us through our Facebook page, YouTube, whatever you are watching us on Tuber, you can either call us. If you are here in Canada, you can call us toll-free number 877-785-8700, or you can just leave your opinion there in the comments. We're going to make sure to read it, okay? We're going to go for our next segment, and I will be right back with all of you.
On the other hand, we can realize that we are not interested in someone just for their appearance. We develop interest and fall in love with someone for who they are as a complete individual. When encountering someone for the first time, our initial observation often centers around their appearance. However, we also keenly observe how they carry themselves, how they express their thoughts and emotions, and their overall personality. This collection of qualities plays a crucial role in influencing decisions, such as choosing to marry a partner. Beyond their looks, it is the essence of their character that truly captivates and solidifies our connection with another person. A couple that goes against the odds is actor Hugh Jackman and his wife Deborah-Lee Furness, who have been together for 27 years. They're an example that love and relationship happiness does not depend on physical appearance. It is not all about what meets the eye. There's a whole lot more to take into account. That is also the case for Isla Fisher and Sacha Baron Cohen. What he lacks in looks, he gives in laughter to Fisher. They have been together for 22 years and have 3 children. Over the years, even a couple that is considered beautiful gets old and beauty fades away. What will keep the relationship going is a set of factors that determine how healthy the couple's relationship is. Appearance, money, status, all this is superfluous. These are things that may be attractive at first, but that don't have enough power within the relationship to keep both parts of the couple happy. An example of that is the couple Miley Cyrus and Liam Hemsworth. They had everything to be a perfect couple, but their marriage only lasted 9 months. In today's society, there is a common misconception that physical appearance plays the most significant role in determining happiness within a relationship. However, we must look beyond the superficial and understand the real pillars that contribute to lasting joy and fulfillment between partners. While physical attraction might initially draw two people together, it is not the foundation of lasting happiness in a relationship. True happiness is built on the pillars of communication, trust, compatibility, respect, emotional intelligence, shared experiences, and support for personal growth. When we focus on these qualities, we create strong and fulfilling relationships that stand the test of time.
We have one more caller on the line. Chris, good evening.
Hi, Pastor. How are you?
Good, and you?
I'm good, sir. Thank you for asking.
And Chris, what is your opinion on the topic? What matters the most in a relationship?
In my opinion, it's all about the personality. If you have a trustworthy personality, a loving personality, generous personality, that's what matters personally for me, especially when I was not seeking out, but in the process of dating and then getting married. Like if you're somebody who, yes, has all the money and is good looking, but if you're just a bland person and you have nothing to bring to the table in terms of conversation or in terms of like how to commit to the relationship, it just comes out as one way. It's there's no vibe that can be collected from it.
How long have you been married, if you don't mind me asking?
Come this month, 9 years, sir.
9 years. Congratulations.
Yes, thank you. Thank you.
And what matters the most in the relationship? Because I do believe that throughout the relationship, what matters the most keeps on changing.
Yes.
What at first, when you first met your wife, what mattered the most for you?
That if she was somebody that I could talk to.
Okay.
I love to talk and chat. A lot of my closest friends know that I like to chat and hold up a conversation. So being talkative, being open to the conversation and talking about topics, I think that's important. Somebody who's able to communicate.
That's what caught your attention.
Yes. So my wife, and she's a very chatty person. I love her for that.
And what about today? Is that still the most important thing, or do you think it's changed?
Definitely. This day, definitely. I mean, we talk. I mean, sometimes I talk now more than her at this point. I bet when it's time to go to bed, I'm still talking about everything, and she's like, "All right, it's time to go to bed. Stop talking." And so I'm the one that has to put a lid on it at this point.
Now, Chris, what is your opinion on relationships like the one that we are facing right now with our Prime Minister Justin Trudeau, with famous people like Shakira and the football player Piqué, and so many others, Brad Pitt and Angelina Jolie? What do you think missed in their relationship?
I think a lot of times it might have to do with the way they led their lives. It's great to have money and have financial stability. Of course, it's nice to be good looking, but they probably never had time for each other. They never had the understanding of how the other person needed to be and what they were going through. Maybe they were having stressful days and they didn't sit down and converse when they needed to. And sometimes that makes a big difference in a relationship. Having that one sit down, just conversing, because every day should count. Every second counts.
Do you think too much money is a problem?
Sorry, I missed that part.
Do you think too much money it's a problem?
It's never too bad to have enough money in your pocket. Having that bread is very important. But sometimes it's as it goes in the saying. Sometimes money is the root of evil in a lot of things. Sometimes it becomes people's centerpiece in their lives.
Okay. Thank you very much for your opinion, Chris.
Thank you very much for having me.
Have a good night.
All right, you too. Thank you.
Well, we receive a picture. I don't know if we have it already. This Dr. Jordan Peterson posted a picture saying, looks like Sophie might be getting the car. Well, there you have it. We have a segment. Actually, it's a testimony of of a couple who they had both money and beauty, but their relationship was coming to an end. But through the power of God, they were able to change this thing around. Actually, if you are watching me, I would like you to prepare a glass of water, because in a few, I want to make a special prayer to all those who are watching us, single, married, you who are going through a tough time in your relationship. You are more than welcome to join us in this prayer. My glass of water is here. Prepare yours too. In a few, we're going to say a special prayer to all of you. Let us watch this testimony, and I will be right back with all of you.
I always had access to the biggest parties and events, all the VIPs, because back in the day, I used to be like a model and an actress.
We had this image to the world that we were this happy, glorious couple, and it was all a facade.
Sometimes for no reason, start crying. I'm like, why am I feeling like this? This is like he's sleeping and I'm crying. I'm like, I have no reason to cry. I have everything. I can afford everything. Why am I crying?
We had all these images of all these saints and all these things that we thought would bring us protection. And it was like, why doesn't any of this work? Here I am, I was looking for help with my marriage. At this point, by now, we're about to get divorced.
Yeah.
And I go to this man of God who I thought was a man of God in my church. When I went to him and told him that my wife didn't sleep at night, she was hearing voices, she was having nightmares, my kids were waking up screaming, he says, it sounds like you need a psychiatrist. He said, I can't help you.
Yeah.
And that's when I knew we were in the wrong place.
I remember like I couldn't sleep, so I was passing channel and I stopped and I looked this person like, wait, if you're suffering with this, if your hair is falling, I'm like, yes. I was like, yes, it's me. If you cannot sleep, you have nightmares. I'm like, yes, it's me. If you're sick all the time, I'm like, yes, call me now. Call this number that you see on. It was a fight. I tried to call and I'll hang up. I'll try to call again. I'll hang up. I'm like, okay, I have to call. And I called and somebody answered. So I was able to talk to this pastor and he was like, look, I used to be a drug dealer. I used to kill people. I used to have like an anxiety. He gave me what the testimony, what God has done to his life. And he told me, if God changed my life, he can change yours too. If God changed his life, he can change mine too. Otherwise, I have nothing to lose. I have to go. So I showed up at the church.
And it was ironic to me because I had my whole life only gone to church on Sundays. And we walk into this church on a Friday night and it changed our lives. It was the first time I ever walked into a so-called church and I heard God talk to me through the man who was on the pulpit. It was like he knew my story. He knew the hell we were living.
Yeah.
And all he said to me was, if you do everything we teach you here, your life is going to change.
And I'm like, now I see why I'm suffering so much. Now I see why I'm having all those nightmares. Now I see why, like, I don't get along with my husband and my kids are sick all the time. Why I don't have peace.
Because we got along when we were apart. But when we were together, we couldn't stand each other. And what all of this revealed to us was how spiritual the problem was. And it wasn't a physical problem we had been facing.
I got to a point that I was going twice a day because I was so thirsty. I wanted to get to know this God that I used to hear about it, but I didn't know, right? And one day, it was on Wednesday night. It was like this service. It was amazing. I was seeking. And at one point, I was like, I talked to God so much. I'm like, God, I don't know what to tell you anymore. I don't. I never felt so much power. It's not that I felt, it's like it was so much power that I couldn't control my tears. Like, I think, I'm fair skin. I came out of the church so red because I cried so much that day. When I finished the church, I was like, Bishop, I have something to tell you. Do you mind if I can become an assistant in the church? And for me, Joe looked at me and said, you become an assistant?
No, she told me she would never want to be an assistant and all this, but the day she received the Holy Spirit, it's amazing how God just changes you, because that day she tells me she wants to come to the class and she wants to go talk to the bishop, and the joy that comes over you, it's an indescribable moment. You receive his spirit. It's the first time in your life where you feel like there's nothing you can't overcome. And from that moment on, yeah, we've had many battles, but never without peace. I have a new best friend in my wife because God restored our marriage, but I have a best friend in God, and I am never alone. No matter what I'm going through, if she's not there, I have God to speak to me, and he's always in here. And I think that's what's most important.
Yeah.
What matters most into a relationship is you being able to allow God to change you. And when you do that, it doesn't matter how big the problem you are facing in your relationship, or if you are single and you have problems that you have to deal with, God has the power to change that. And you are able to find happiness, like this couple did. And God wants to do the same for you, my friend. You who are watching me and you are struggling in your love life, you are struggling in your marriage, you are struggling in the relationships that you have been in and out of it, it is time for you to allow God to work in your life. Allow him to fix whatever is wrong, to heal whatever wound is open, and allow him to give you the love of your life. Okay? And the love starts with you. You who are watching me. God loves you and he cares for you. And right now, I would like to say a prayer for you. Prepare your glass of water. I'm going to play a music video for you to have time for you to run there to the kitchen or whatever, for you to get a bottle of water, a glass of water. It is time for us to talk to God. It is time for us to pray.
Lift up my eyes to the hills. From where does my help come? My help comes from the Lord, who made heaven and earth. He won't let my foot be moved. He who keeps me is the Lord, the one who keeps Israel, will neither slumber nor sleep. The Lord is my keeper. He's the shade on my right hand. He keeps my soul.
Prepare a glass of water or get closer to your television screen. At this moment, we will have a special prayer to your name.
My Lord and my Father, in the name of Jesus, I pray right now, my Lord, for all those who are desperate, those who right now they are suffering, my Lord, in their love life, those, my Father, who are single and they cannot find the right person, those, my Father, who are in a relationship but their relationship is coming to an end. My Father, I pray to these people right now that your power may enter their lives to give them love, happiness, joy. For them to find, my Lord, what matters the most in their relationship. For them to be able to overcome all problems that they face. But my Lord, they cannot do this on their own. They have tried. Many have sought the help of professionals, and they weren't able to find, my Father, this love within themselves. Today, to them I pray, my Lord, and I ask you, visit them. And when they drink of this water, my Lord, let them receive peace. Let your power, let your spirit be upon them. And let them have a blessed night. In the name of the Lord Jesus, I bless this water. And those who believe in that, say amen. Drink of the water and receive peace right now. Well, my friends, we are coming to the end of the show. But right now it's 10:51. I'm leaving here right now. I'm going to our church in Scarborough, and we are going to have a night video of prayer. If you are watching us from anywhere here in Ontario, Toronto, you can join us. You can join me right now at 11:30 p.m. I'm going to be there doing a night video against all envy, and you are my special guest. If you cannot come tonight, this Sunday, we are going to have the gathering of faith and miracles for you to find that there is no problem that God cannot give you the solution. Okay? Our national headquarters, 2420 Dufferin Street, 1 block away from Eglinton Avenue. Just a reminder, on Tuesday, we are going to be back here live. And from Tuesday onwards, we are going to be here every day live at 10 p.m. at night with the program Speak Your Mind. Okay? Thank you, Pastor Giovanni.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, Ms. Audrey.
Pleasure, Pastor.
Have a good night, all of you. God bless you.
Join thousands of people every Sunday at 10 a.m. in one faith. Based on this word, again, I say to you that if two of you agree on earth concerning anything that they ask, it will be done for them by my Father in heaven. Matthew 18:19. Receive the 7 prayers.
I don't know how long I had that disease, but the way I found out is I had went to the doctor to have my annual physical. So they called me about the results and told me to get to the hospital because my sugar was so high that I was threatening a stroke. So I participated in drinking the blessed water. Faithfully, I did it every day. I just continued in my faith and coming to the church and fighting against it.
Deliverance.
I was a victim of witchcraft. My mother sacrificed me since I was young. I couldn't walk. I was paralyzed for a long time. I don't remember half of my life. I remember being in the hospital. It was King County Hospital. I remember that I had to learn how to walk. I had to learn how to write. I saw demons. People think that evil's not real. It is real. I went to a lot of churches, like 23 Christian church. And I never felt like I felt when I came to the Universal Church. But when I came to this ministry, from the very first time that I stepped through that door, I knew there was hope in this church.
Prosperity.
I had a business that was doing at one point rather well and went down substantially, and experienced just hard times trying to bring it up. I experienced also 3 deaths in my family. My mother, my father, my brother passed away. Then we had the recession, and I really never recovered from that. And it's still hard times, but since I've been coming to the church here, My business is starting to recoup. I see opportunities where my phone is ringing. I want this house built. I want this done. I want this done. My business is starting to take off to another dimension.
Family.
I was about to separate with my husband, and during the time I was coming to church, I learned to forgive. And when I learned to forgive, I started working on my relationship with my husband. And when my husband never opened up to me, never told me what was going on with his life, until one day I got a knock on the front door, and it turned out to be the police. And I had to learn, okay, God, you are here. I learned through the church, through tribulations, you use your faith. And that's when I said, hey, that God is talking to me. This is a way I'm going to find a solution to my problem.
Love life.
And my husband and I were very happy, loving. Everybody in the neighborhood know us and always want their relationship to be like our relationship. Our relationship was an example that people wants to follow. Until one day I found out that my husband had someone else. And that turned me into a bitter and an angry person. Me surrendering my life to the Lord, I got baptized, was filled with the Holy Spirit. Now I have no hate. I'm not angry. I want to even save other people. Try to counsel other people who are going through problems in their marriage.
Encounter with God.
The suffering in my life, it started with me just basically having pain all over my body. And my mom took me to the doctor. They could not figure out what was wrong with me. I started having headaches, and the headaches get worse. It would go like from maybe a day, 2 days, 3 days. Then I started to have stomach pain. My whole body was in pain. And I just felt like something, just like a brick drop on my head. And I had that headache. It was so bad. And I was sweating. I felt like I was going to pass out. I wake up one Sunday morning and I'm coming to church and I'm like, I'm not leaving the church today without giving my life to God. I'm going to baptize today. And I came to church. Service is finished. I got baptized. And I never looked back.
Temple of Miracles, 2420 Dufferin Street, Toronto. 2420 Dufferin Street, Toronto. And every Universal Church countrywide.